Everyone wants an R34 GTR, but if you're like me, you don't have R34 GTR money. What if I told you there's a cheat code? This is a Skyline 25 GT Turbo. Now, it might look like a GTR with an extra set of doors. It might sound like one too.
Hold it, hold it. Give it the beats!
But this handsome lad right here cost a fraction of the price. Can you dodge the JDM tax with one of these? Let's go bumper to bumper and find out. It's actually pretty nice in here. Isn't it sick?
This is the most unreal thing I've ever seen. This makes me want to finish my S14 right now. Is this original paint? Sickening. Sickening.
Here in the States, the Skyline GTR is basically a living god. But back in Japan, this is kind of a normal car, a family car, which is how the owner of this car treats his. Now, you're probably familiar with the R32, R33, and R34, but there are actually 10 other generations of Skyline. 10! Now, you probably know some Infinities, like the G35, G37, and the Q50.
New Skyline.
Those are all Skylines. This Bayside beauty right here belongs to my new friend, Tam. Tam, thank you so much for bringing your car in. Can you kind of just walk us through your journey with this thing? How'd you come to own this car?
I was a combat medic, veteran of Afghanistan and Iraq wars, and I had this dream that, you know, I could live my dream if I just sacrificed enough, and this is that dream.
R34 GTRs start around $150,000, but GTTs can be found for as low as $8 grand. Now, before you start looking up cars for sale, you should know that GTTs usually don't look as good as this in stock form. Tam wanted his GTT to look like a GTR, and while there are a lot of body kits out there that could accomplish that, Tam is smart. He did his homework. He wanted a car built by a little shop in Inizawa called a Kobu Factory. They specialize in taking base R34s and fitting them with a super accurate GTR body kit. Their process is meticulous. They don't just slap the kit on and call it a day. They alter the fender sheet metal so the kit has structural support. They reskin the rear doors, and they can even upgrade your entire interior with seats and fresh trim, so it's all one cohesive package. If your dream car is a 4-door R34 GTR, they can do that for you. They'll even do engine swaps. They'll put an RB26 in this thing, and you'll be the only one at the tofu shop with one of those. I mean, if this thing didn't have 4 doors, I would be totally convinced that it's a GTR. I mean, when it was sitting outside, I was coming around the corner, looking at it parked out front, and like all the way to here, I'm like, oh my God. It's awesome. And then you see the rest, and guess what? It's still awesome. Kobu Factory did an amazing job.
I really, really liked the GTR look. And with a stock GTT, it doesn't have that look. And I was like, I'm pretty sure someone out there is making it because there's that demand. Kobu just popped up, and then I started deep diving into them. And it's 2 Japanese men in a small little shop, and that's what they do every single day. They just modify GTTs to give it that beautiful look, and they only work on Skyline, so you know that they're doing like the best that they can.
Yeah. Adding to the GTR vibe are these awesome Volk TE37 Saga SL wheels, 18 by 9.5, 245, all the way around. It's a square setup. Now, these TEs are a legendary wheel in their own right. They're super lightweight, which means it doesn't take as much effort for your engine to get the wheels turning. That's why a lot of race teams use them. They're super cool, and they really add to the whole vibe. Now, speaking of stance, we've got some HKS Hypermax coilovers riding underneath some air cups that let Tam adjust the ride height depending on where he's driving. Enough of these big circles. Let's pop the hood. The key difference between the GTT and the GTR is under the hood here. GTR, everyone knows, rocking that RB26 DETT, twin turbocharged inline 6. Very legendary, if temperamental.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man.
This right here is the RB25 Neo 2.5 liter inline 6. It only has 1 turbocharger. People love tuning these RB25s. They can make a lot of power pretty reliably with just a few bolt-ons here and there. You have decided not to do that.
With injectors, a bigger turbo, and a tune, you could easily push like 400 or 500 horsepower, make tons of power with little to no effort. But I see that there's a lot more power in restraint. The most desirable cars are actually the stock ones because it's that blank slate, that blank canvas.
Yeah.
So if anyone were to own this after me, they know that they're starting from square one, and they have that opportunity to keep it the way it is, the way that the engineers intended it to be, or they can make it their own.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but my favorite part of an engine is how it sounds.
So the Kakamoto exhaust is a JDM exhaust in its full essence. It's actually street legal and it does not drone. It's very low key, but as soon as you step on full throttle, it really does open up.
All right, the outside of this car is super tricked out. What about the inside? Let's check it out. It's bone stock. Tam did make some changes to the sound system for better livability. I love that. I think he has like a rear view camera in this thing. But let's be honest, the front two seats are not what's interesting about this car. What's up, Tam? What are we doing back here? What goes on back here?
Well, I always drive my kids around in here, so it's actually really comfortable for them.
I want to see if I can fit behind myself.
I want to see how close your knees are to your chest.
Seats in my position. We'll see. I don't know, dude. You want the homie hauler. You gotta get some smaller homies, I think. On a road trip, I could see driving up to like the bay in the back of this thing. I could see that maybe.
If all your friends were like the little yellow minions.
If they were the Minions, yeah. My dad described the Minions. He was trying to describe them to my wife and he's like, yeah, what's that movie with like the guy with the other little guys and he like doesn't treat them very well.
When I found out that Skylines come in 4 doors, I was like, dude, now I get to share this with my kids. I share this with my friends and my wife, and we all go for like a quick little canyon run, drop them off at school. It's a do everything car, and you really, really get to enjoy it.
Tam, you've been talking a lot of game about how practical this thing is. You say it's got a big trunk. Let's see this trunk, dude.
Yeah, man.
That is a big trunk. I could fit in there. That's a
I think
big,
both of us can fit in there.
We'd have to do some weird Tetris
You, me,
stuff.
and Jimmy.
Yeah, this is enormous. And you have the air tank for the compressor and everything. That's crazy.
Yeah. So technically it's like a 6 or 7 passenger car, you know, 3 in here, 4 in there.
Wait, what did you say?
All right, this thing is swaggy, practical. I gotta see how it drives though. Tam, you think I could get those keys? Okay, the transmission in here, still an automatic, but still somewhat responsive. It doesn't take forever to get into the right gear when you tell it to. But dude, for what this thing is, for everything that it can do, the huge trunk, the rear seats, just the pure aura of it all. And also, like, you're not gonna annoy your neighbors with some crazy loud car. Like, they're gonna look at it and be like, that's just cool, that's a cool car. Does it beep every time you reverse?
It does.
Ooh. That's
Hashtag Japanese.
That's hashtag annoying.
Yeah.
This thing is awesome. Dude, it's just like, now we're just cruising back.
Yeah.
And it's quiet. Again, the suspension, that Hypermax, I'm gonna have to look into those, dude. It's nice.
We're getting older, you know,
Yeah.
like that stiff suspension, my chiropractor already has enough money. He doesn't need more money.
Let's talk looks for a second. Is the GTT just as cool looking as a GTR? I think with this Okubo factory job done on it, I would say yes. I love the character of a 4-door. I love a good looking sedan. Some fans out there might say, Nolan, you're insane for thinking that, but dude, it looks so good. Every time we get out of this car to get shots of it or whatever, put it in the parking lot, get thumbnails, we've all of us have just been like, man, that's a sick looking car. And I don't know, I just love it. I think 2-door, 4-door, it doesn't matter. The R34 is just one of those legendary designs that no matter what configuration it is, you're gonna be looking back at it every time you get out of the car and go, man, I'm glad I bought this. It has enough power, it gets up and goes, it makes some good noises. However, it does feel down on power compared to the RB26. I don't think anyone's surprised by that. That is a racing motor after all, and this is a consumer car engine meant to get you to work and back. I feel like I'd be very tempted to make some tune changes, bump the power a little bit, but I also value reliability like Tam. So I don't know, that would be a pretty hard decision, I think. It puts you back in your seat a little bit, and once that boost starts building, you start feeling it. It's like, oh, okay, there we are. It just takes, you gotta give it the beans a little bit. I could definitely see daily driving this thing. This is one of the coolest dailies I've had the chance to drive. It looks amazing, but also you don't have to deal with all the RB26 issues. You don't have to deal necessarily with worrying about scratching your 150,000, you know, one of 700 in this color combination GTRs. Handling wise, this thing, you can definitely feel the added weight of the extra doors and the added length and all that. It definitely feels heavier. The high cast, while at first very weird sensation, there's a reason why Nissan installed it on their cars. It definitely helps it get around corners. Does that high cast come in at lower speed too?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, you can feel it. If you don't know what high cast is, it's rear wheel steering. So effectively, it turns the rear wheels at low and high speeds. In high speeds, it actually kind of crab walks on the freeway, correct, Tam?
Yep.
Yeah, it's an interesting sensation. People don't really like it if you're more used to traditional suspension, but, you know, Nissan put it on a bunch of their cars for a reason, and that's because it is effective.
90s technology right there at its best.
Okay, I definitely understand why people take it out, because it is unsettling if you're not used to it.
Yep.
So, is the GTT a cheat code to R34 ownership? Absolutely. If you buy a stock one, you're gonna get like 80% of the swag of a GTR. And if you go with an Akubo factory car, you're gonna get even closer. I'll say like 95% there. The four doors, I think, add to the looks. It's something different. It's cool. It's a great sedan design. And I think it's something that you guys should definitely consider.
One of the things that I've got to experience is people's lives and their deaths. And you find out that at the end of the day, what's the most important things. I was diagnosed with PTSD. I came home and I was kind of like a shell of myself. And to the point where I thought about killing myself. So I found a really good therapist. I went on medications for a little bit, and then I got better. And I swore to myself that I would honor the people's lives that didn't make it through the war, that live to be older than 20 years old, that I would try to live the best life that I could. And so part of that is achieving our dreams. And this R34 Skyline is kind of an embodiment of living for, you know, today.
Tam is proof that your past does not define your future. No matter what kind of battle you're fighting, you are always worthy and capable of finding happiness for yourself. Now, that path is different for everybody, but I promise that it's there. Tam, thank you so much for bringing your car in and also for telling your story. It really means a lot. Tam is also a big fan of Donut, and if you are a big fan of Donut and want to tell your story and show off your car here on Bumper to Bumper, hit the link in the description below. We are looking through the submission list all the time. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't checked out last week's episode, you can check it out right here, and we'll see you next week.